I don't know why she's sitting here and trying to victimize herself. I mean,
things in place because we're not equal. We're trying to create more equality because we're so far gone from that. I think America is too far gone anyway.
The slavery was abolished in 1865. It's 2020.
And when did segregation when was segregation fully segregated?
Self-segregation still exists. And
segregation, corruption, racism, these are things that you can never eliminate completely from the world because they exist in the minds of people. It is tied down to the basic human desires. These things exist, and no matter how you try to fight evil, you can never completely eradicate evil. It will continue to exist, but you cannot compare the evil or the slavery back then with now. In America, are there rights that white people have that black people don't have? Maybe if there are white people that know about, if the Americans that know about this, that can say it. Are there rights that white people have that the black people in America do not have? Because I do not understand what exactly is making us so pained.
And
That's not what I asked you.
That's as a matter of public
That's not what I
policy.
asked you.
There are now at universities black-only dorms that white students are not allowed to enter.
Now that is racism. Why would you say there are dormitories for black people and white people are not allowed to enter? If white people do the same thing, you target racism. So why do black people get the right? Now this is looking like black people enjoying privilege that white people do not get to enjoy. So what the fuck is she complaining about? What is she complaining about? Brian is stating the fact that lady insulted him. It's actually, I feel that was a racist statement for that girl to call him, a white cockroach or something. That is completely wrong. That is completely wrong. And because if you do the same thing to a black person and you say that black cockroach, people are going to pick offense to it. So you do not also have the right. Whatever you find offensive, you do not have the right to actually do that to somebody.
So segregation still exists today. It's just
I personally don't give a fuck. That's not what I asked you.
You did that. You asked.
No, I asked when did segregation. Yes, I'm
She
talking about
means
this.
legal segregation.
That is
know what I'm
legal
talking about.
segregation. It's going on.
She's so
I mean,
rude.
there's segregation by choice,
Jesus.
obviously.
Discussion because it's 11:55.
Yeah, I agree with her. I think we should do this on the next episode.
Sure.
Should not be getting confused.
Last question on that though. So just really quick to put kind of maybe a cherry on top of that. How do you define racism?
I hate doing this off the top of my head.
Here's
Because
the
I don't want to say something and
Sure.
you guys try to tear it
Let me
apart.
ask-
Because I
let me ask a
had a
different-
very
Let me come back to that question. Do you think you can be racist against white people?
no. You could be just. I think you.
That's the most stupid thing anybody can say on a podcast or in front of the camera. How can you be so foolish to say that you can't be racist against white people? Do you know what? She couldn't even define racism. And like, I don't like to do this at the top of my head. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Racism is discrimination against any race or tribe. That is racism, discrimination against any race. It also says discrimination against black people. She's feeling too entitled and somebody needs to cut her wings off, man.
We just.
I think you could.
Hold on, I want to go around the table on this before Michael or I respond. What about you?
No.
So
No.
can't be racist against
I
white
think you can discriminate against them, or you can kind of like this.
She said, I think you can discriminate against them. That's racism. Is it that these girls are dumb? Like, they have IQ at freezing point or something? I don't understand. What the fuck is this? You can discriminate against them, but you can't be racist. Do you even know what racism is? She couldn't even define racism, and that one is talking about discrimination, but you can't be racist. Racism, discrimination is racism. That is what racism is. Oh boy.
But maybe racism comes from a place of like someone having less power over someone else, or more power over
Okay,
power
so
balance.
if white people right now can be discriminated against as a matter of law, and they're basically the only race for whom that is true,
And if there are now major policies for
How is that the only race that's true for? I feel
Asians
other
also get lumped in to
other
some degree.
races can still be discriminated against, and it happens all the time.
Wait,
So
just-
why is it?
no, they can be discriminated in favor, so when black people apply to colleges, they can get a boost.
Okay, so you're using one example with colleges when you don't talk about
Or
police
workplace.
brutality
No,
or
no.
other
But
stuff
I
like
feel
that.
like because there wasn't that demographic in colleges or workplaces as much, so it's
Right, I'm
allowing
just saying,
them
you-
more access
I'm just
to be
saying-
able to get there.
But I'm just saying, either way, you just looked at someone's SAT scores, a black person and a white person with the same SAT score, the black person is going to get that spot in university. That's what affirmative action does.
Wait, so can you be racist against white people?
No.
Tatum,
I say
a little louder.
sorry, no.
Victoria?
Okay, yes.
You just skipped the no. Oh, moving on.
Racism is unfair treatment based on different
That's
But
race.
even by your definition, even if it's just from
Where's the power reside in the country? Let's look at most people in
Well,
politics.
if you-
Let's look at most people who have power. Let's look at the past, the history. Like you always like to bring up the history.
Yeah.
Where does that lie with white people? So why they have the power? So yes, maybe she called you a cockroach. I'm so sorry, but you guys don't really have to feel racism to the extent that people of color do, and you'll never.
I'm gonna stop her right there. What the fuck does she mean people of color? Everybody has a color, whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're Latino, you're Chinese. These are colors. So what the fuck do they mean by people of color? As in, I hate these statements these foreigners are making. I hate this statement. What do you mean by people of color? Everybody has a color. This is my color. I'm not even completely black. I have some friends, they are fucking black. They are black. This is brown skin. Now, white people have color. That is another color. That is another shade. Everybody has a color. So what do you mean by people of color? What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Because you're not a person of color.
But even-
Period.
even-
You won't get it. It's the
Well,
same thing as you
Michael,
won't
you're
understand stuff that women
Yeah,
have to
sure.
do. How many times
So
have
here's
you
the
It's
thing,
an art.
wait, Michael, let me ask you a question. How many times have you
That girl in white is so rude. Like, in Nigeria, you probably get slapped a couple of times. Like, she's so rude. Like, what is this? She's looking at the time, she's trying to interrupt the interview. If you want to leave, then why don't you fucking leave? You should just leave. I mean, why are you disrupting and trying to? She's just so rude, like completely mannerless. Jesus. Why is the word nigger offensive to them? I don't know. I think the word nigger was actually coined from Negro, the race, black race, Negro. But for them to justify their pain by tying it down to slavery, man, shut the fuck up. You know nothing about slavery. You know nothing about those pain. You only heard stories. You can't even imagine what those people went through. So you know absolutely nothing. And that was then, not now. These people are not the same people. Okay? So it's completely different, man. I don't know what. And another thing, this girl, I don't know her name. The girl in white and the other girl in black, sleeveless. The both of them need to shut the fuck up about people of color. Because in Nigeria, we will never consider you black. Because the both of you are freaking white. In Nigeria, we look at you as you are white, you're not black. These girls are not black, man.
I don't think it's because the person hates Italian people. I think it's because the person doesn't like me.
Okay,
And so
I'm
they
Italian,
look at
Italian too, that's not.
So, wait,
You know, nowhere near nigger, so it's like,
Well, no,
those
it's
are
just,
two
it's
things.
exactly.
Okay,
it's
just
just
another
another
example.
racial slur.
I might be
But-
so mad.
You know the thing is, black people in America, black Americans are making it look like she and a couple of others I've seen on YouTube. Now they make this whole thing look like if you call me nigger, I'm oppressed, I'm in pain, I'm dying. When you call me nigger, I feel the pains of my forefathers when they were slaves. Really? Really? You guys need to shut the fuck up.
Called all sorts of mean names because you're black. I would not know that you're black if you didn't tell me that.
That thing is maybe you're not racist. I wouldn't believe you're racist. I wouldn't
Well,
believe you're
but I would
racist.
think you're
But
just-
racist people, I have half Italian. I'm
There you
She said she's half Italian. She's saying about 25% or something. She's nowhere close to being black. Nowhere close to being black. Like, it's not even there. And she's
25% Sicilian, the rest from northern Italy.
not
But
an
that thing, those racist people, I think I'm Italian or Latin, whatever. Racist people, they can tell. They that 2% blood, whatever they can sniff it out of me. They know. They know.
They can sniff out about 2% blood of you being black. Then if you're not close to black, you shouldn't even identify you as a black person because you're not black. I mean, come on. She's not close to being black. You shouldn't be So why the fuck is she playing victim?
I've been called black so many times and I'm not even black.
Huh?
Yeah, it just they assume, they generalize, they just like I would think you're white passing. Maybe.
I'm just gonna stop right here. I can't take this anymore, man. This is too much. It's making me get really, really pissed off more and more. Man, I don't know where Brian gets these girls, but the first solution in solving racism is to actually stop talking about it. Stop identifying people by their color. Stop saying black men. Stop saying people of color. Stop saying white men. See everybody as a human being that each and every one of us are. And in this way, this is the beginning of actually combing racism out of our lives.